Morning everyone. I'm going to test some accuracy on this Umarex APX rifle. Previously I tried an older Gamo scope that I had, but I found problems with it, so I took the pronghorn from Tasco 3-9x32 with a 30-30 reticle off of my 22 rimfire and placed it on the Umarex. I didn't get the placement where I wanted. When I was taking it off, I discovered that these screws stripped out. So I just placed it this way, which should be just fine for this rifle. So the pellets we're going to test today are the Crosman Ultra Magnum Domed 10.5 grain, Crosman Wadcutters 7.4 grain, Crosman pointed pellets at 7.4 grain, Beeman Wadcutter Coated at 7.7 grain, Gamo matched Diabolos at 7.56 grains, some Gamo Red Fires at 7.8 grains, some Gamo Rockets at 9.6 grains, Gamo PBA Armors 6.8 grains, Gamo PBA Raptors at, I believe they are 5.4 grains, and then some zinc coated steel BBs. I'll be firing the Umarex off of my rice-filled socks as front and rear supports. I'm going to put the scope cam on my Marauder, my center point scope there, so you should be able to see the impacts. I'm not going to do it on the Umarex so that I can shoot it better. Crosman pointed, 7.4 grain. Crosman Wadcutter, 7.4 grain. Crosman Ultra Magnum Domed, 10.5 grain. Beeman Wadcutter Coated, 7.7 grain. Daisy zinc plated steel BBs. Gamo matched Diabolo, 7.56 grain. Gamo Red Fire, 7.8 grain. Gamo Rocket, 9.6 grain. Gamo PBA Raptor, 5.4 grain. Gamo PBA Armor, 6.8 grain. Crosman Wadcutter, 7.4 grain. Crosman Ultra Magnum Domed, 10.5 grain. Beeman Wadcutter Coated 7.7 grain. Gamo Red Fire 7.8 grain. Gamo Matched Diabolo 7.5 grain. It's a wadcutter. Alright, let's see if I can hit a 2.5 inch spinner at 50 yards. Ha! Hit! See if I can get just one more hit. Hit! What the hell, let's try a shot at that 1.5 inches in the middle. Hey, got a hit! And here's my swinger targets. Freshly painted them before I took these shots at them. And you can see two pretty solid hits on that 2-inch one. I think I might have grazed it there a couple of times, looks like. And that one hit on the 1.5, I just did catch that left side. Here's something else I wanted to show you. This is the 25-yard target stand, and every one of the pellets that hit didn't penetrate. Most of them stuck in the very surface or just bounced off, like that one and that one. One time I came down here, pulled the target sheet away, and found pellets still trapped behind the paper. Alright, starting to get dark now, so I'm gonna head in. All in all, it's pretty good. Actually, I think it's a steal even at its full price. So I got this one refurbished for $18. And if it can hit an 1.5 inch spinner occasionally at 50 yards, I think that's damn good. Features I like. Actually like the way the handle is sloped here. Makes it easy to hold it for a brace for an offhand shot. Safety features. An automatic safety index. You can see this. Something else that's safety. Let's see if you can hear this. If you don't cock it, it won't pump. Can you hear that? It's pumping air right through the barrel. Unless you cock it, and it takes air. Safety took a little getting used to, but I actually started to like it. And even though it's fairly low power, it was still able to reach a decent accurate shot at 50 yards. The things I like is this front sight post. When I did test this with the open sights, this glowy post made it very easy to focus on. So I didn't have any trouble placing shots with open sights. Now, also mentioned before, well, in my previous post, that I didn't really like the windage adjustment on the rear blade here. That's because it has a Phillips head screw holding it on there. It's a little difficult to work with, so they don't want my calipers. So I just abandoned trying to do windage adjustments with that. And also when I was shooting with the open sights, I found it to be a bit of a distraction. I had to get used to it being there so I could ignore it. It's very light. Adding this scope on probably almost doubled the weight of the rifle. And as mentioned in a previous post, someone else's, that trigger is pretty stiff. It's got no slack to let stop. It's just right there. And once you're there, it's a good pull. But it is predictable. So I did notice that. Even though it's a little hard to pull, it seems to break at the same point every time. So, it's good. If you don't have much money, and you don't mind plastic, get it. I've been having fun with this. Alright, see y'all later. One more thing. Those 50-yard shots, even though I was able to hit that 1.5 inch, you can see here at straight lock. Let's see if you can see that. At 50 yards, it had a retained velocity of 425 feet per second. And a retained energy of only about 3 foot-pounds. Now, that might be enough to take something like a house sparrow or a mouse, which I think I have one behind me. Might get him later. But I personally wouldn't try to take anything at that range. But if you drop it back down to 25 yards, 4 foot-pounds, a little bit more. I mean, the rifle only starts out at 5. The one I've got. Others' mileage may vary. Just thought I'd let y'all know it is low power, so take that in consideration for your usage.